Welcome back. I'm Mr. Rankin. This is Business 125. Today we're going to talk about Chapter 7, Consumer Debt. Some of the learning objectives is understanding the various consumer loans, calculating the cost, picking an appropriate source, and controlling your debt. Now, in this short video, we're going to focus primarily on items 1 and 4. Again, these videos are no substitution for reading the book. They're just a very quick overview, and we're going to move relatively fast through this video. So, consumer debt, you need to understand it's a formal contract. It's a legal contract you're entering into to borrow money and repay that debt. It's normally for large purchases like homes or autos, and just like any other tool like credit cards, you need to make sure it doesn't get out of control. So, lots of choices. How are you going to repay? You could repay in a single payment or in monthly installments. Is the interest rate a fixed rate, or is it going to vary with, say, tied to the prime rate? Is there any collateral? Like if you don't pay, is it a secured loan? They can come repossess your car, or is it unsecured? And what's the length of time? Is it short term or long term? All of these are different options, lots of different types of loans. What you need to understand is the contract you're going to go into, what is disclosed. And the tip I use is most salespeople don't ever make the monthly payment for me. So take your time and make sure you understand. First item is the annual percentage rate. What's the interest rate you're paying? What are the number of payments? What is the late charges? Any other fees being charged over and above the amount of unpaid balance? And what is the total of all the payments you'll be making? All of these will be disclosed on the loan agreement. Second thing you need to understand is any special clauses. Tip, the clauses almost invariably work in the advantage of the lender. All 4 of these types of clauses are in the book. We walk through them briefly here. Insurance is if you have to buy any insurance in case you can't repay the loan. The loan can be accelerated. If you miss one payment, the entire loan can become due. A deficiency, if your security that you put up doesn't pay the entire loan, they can come back to you for the difference. And then all sorts of special types of recourse that the lender has in case you default on the loan. Talk about 3 or 4 special types of consumer loans because they're the most common. The first one is the mortgage. Lots of advantages to a mortgage. Biggest disadvantage is if the market declines, you may end up owing more than what your home is worth. Home equity loan, which is sometimes called a second mortgage. Again, big advantage is it's tax deductible, but again, big disadvantage is it's easy to get into too much debt. Student loans tend to have tax advantage. Some of them you need to check. Biggest advantage is the value, basically the investment in yourself, tends to appreciate, tends to make you more valuable. Auto loans, big disadvantage is they tend to be very expensive. For controlling debt, a few rules. There's a 28-36 rule. Your monthly mortgage payments divided by your monthly income should be less than 28%. And your monthly all debt payments, so auto, credit cards, everything, mortgage, should be less than 36%. Now, less than this is even better. More conservative is even better. Options if you do get in trouble with too much debt and can't pay is talk to your creditors. Oftentimes they'll work with you to try to get a repayment plan. You can talk with credit counselors. I would talk with government ones or free agencies. I would avoid these fix-it ads. I can fix bad credit. They can't fix bad credit. And as a last resort, there's bankruptcy. And the book talks about 3 or 4 different ways. So that's a quick overview of Chapter 7. If there's any questions, it's Mr. Rankin. There's my email address. And you have a good week.